As we begin our study of Greece, it's important to understand the geography of Greece. One thing you need to remember is that Greece, the land, is on a peninsula, or the country is on a peninsula. That means the land of Greece is surrounded by water on three sides. The Ionian Sea on one side, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Aegean Sea. Right here you can see in pink Mount Olympus. That is a very important mountain in Greece, so make sure you label that on your map. These brown arrows are mountains that cover Greece. 3/4 of Greece's land is covered by mountains. You have also two peninsulas a part of Greece, the Peloponnesus and Attica. Two very important city-states that we will talk about in our unit is Sparta and Athens. Located on the continent of Europe, on the northeastern shores of the Mediterranean Sea is where you can find Greece. It is located again on a peninsula, which is land that is surrounded by water on three sides. Greece has very rocky land with very few resources. That's very different from the Fertile Crescent region of Mesopotamia and the Nile River Valley of Egypt. 3/4 or 75% of Greece is covered in mountains and hills. This provided protection for the ancient Greeks. Greece is divided into Western Greece and Eastern Greece. Western Greece is mostly mountains. Travel by land is very difficult because of the mountains. The land is not very fertile, and farmers had goats and sheep. Eastern Greece has much more suitable land for farming. The Peloponnesus is a mountain region which is outlined by a thin area of rich, fertile soil. In this region, there are several rivers. However, during the summer months, the rivers do dry up. The climate in Greece. For early farmers of ancient Greece, the climate presented to be a challenge. Summers were very hot and dry, and winters were very wet and windy. Ancient Greeks, though, raised crops and animals who could sustain this weather. That means that they could live in it. So the crops that could be grown were barley, wheat, olives, and grapes. Some of the animals that they raised were sheep, goats, and cattle. Greece's economy. Since farming did not produce huge surpluses of food, the Greeks had to travel to get other resources that they needed. However, traveling by land was very difficult because of the hills and the mountains. Therefore, the Greeks became fishermen, sailors, and merchants. Greece's location on the Mediterranean Sea made for a perfect location for them to trade and be able to trade. They really depended on water, or on the Mediterranean. Greek sailors became very skilled. Some sailors even traveled as far as Egypt to trade their goods. Greek merchants traded with other Mediterranean cultures. These cultures really wanted to trade with Greece in exchange for things like olive oil, wool, and wine.